talked about, probably one of the most talked about moments from the draft was Rasp going in the second round as a flex player as well. This ball is kicked right side to Vortex. Vortex looking to make a return here. Takes it out to the 20. Or takes it to the 30, excuse me. 20-yard return. It's going to be interesting, too, because Vortex and Baus, previously lineman for MVP, going up against him here. So that's going to be a fun dynamic to see how they play. Days starting on the right hash, 2 receivers left, rolling to the left, dropping back to the 15, throwing one on the comeback for Ralstock. Essett missing the dive, and Ralstock evading MVP and getting a couple extra yards on that dive. 15 yards and a first down. 12 extra yards of yak for Ralstock. And some good matchups on the wide receiver side. Sparks on Ralstock, Pokey on DJK, and Broly, aka Onyx, on Essett. Is Onyx runs a comeback right side, and that's 12 yards. Another first for the Voodoo. And I think that might be a matchup that Daze is going to try and exploit a little bit. Is Onyx on Essett is hippie with the immediate sell, catching the guy off guard, and that's going to be a weak spot for that Voodoo line, I believe, is going to be the guy. So if Hippie can be on his A game, he'll probably end the game with about 8 or 9 sacks if he plays his cards right. As Daze dropping back, 4-man blitz. Daze throwing one over the middle for DJK, but it's low and Pokey picks it. Pokey trying to return, but the guy is there to stop him before he makes it out to the 50. Returned out to the 49. Yeah, Alexander's not there, so that's gonna be a big missing piece of that defense that we saw last night for Voodoo. Is Alexander was a huge part in stopping Shaq's run and pass game, but him not being there tonight is gonna be a serious pain. And Vortex lined up on Rasp. That's I want to see. See how that goes. MVP dropping back 16 yards and getting laid out by DJK. So maybe it works out in the long run, or at least in the short term. DJK. Put him online, he'll do stuff like that, I guess. But now Vortex is back online. Everything looks set properly. Onyx on Sparks, though. You might not want that outright. About 20 yards downfield. That's 28 yards all told for Sparks, and a first down for the Roadrunners. And now they got that fixed, but Onyx still on Pokey. I think he might call for a switch and get put on Essett. I feel like that's the more even matchup. No shade to Onyx, but I don't know if he's quite ready to cover Pokey or Sparks at this stage. 2nd and 8. MVP on the right hash. Rolling, staying pocket, throwing one underneath to Essett. DJK gets to him eventually. Oh, that was Onyx, excuse me. I'm used to DJK wearing the Comet skin, so I'm not I'm thrown off by him not wearing it. 1st and 10 from the 26. MVP takes a run left side. Has blockers downfield, looking to make something happen. Makes Vortex miss, and the guy is there to make a maybe touchdown saving tackle. Down to the 4, though. Great run by MVP. Puts him back into positive rushing yards after that mistake on the first play, and looking for a run left gap, but the guy there to make a stop. The guy coming up, making the play where it's needed. MVP trying to go left, then cuts right. Dashing and jumping, doing something, but it works as he gets all the way outside. Dave's unable to get to him, and that's a touchdown for the Roadrunners. So Roadrunners strike first, capitalizing off that interception. Going for the extra point here. Blocks are up. The kick is in. The score is 7-0. Toronto with an early lead here. MVP kicking this right side to DJK. TJ looking to maybe make a return happen here. Good push block on that sideline. He can't quite get out there as another return sets him right up at the 30, just like the opening drive kickoff. And the Voodoo are set here, 1st and 10 from the right hash. Days rolling left, stepping up in the pocket, dashing across the line of scrimmage, taking a run, 6 yards. And Days still 3 yards below 0 in terms of rushing right now. Days looking for another run, gets 2 yards. And that's definitely a point of contention between these two teams. Days and Resp do not like each other at all. You get so far as to say they hate each other. And an errant pass by Days, well over the head of Onyx, pretty much right to Sparks. I mean, you're not going to win the game throwing passes like that, Days. It's just upsetting to see, because Days definitely has the ability to throw those passes right on the money, but not quite sure what happened there. Is MVP rolling to his left, looking for something. Bout's unable to get to his inside, and MVP taking off, making a little run happen. Gets 14 yards out to the 50-yard line, so making a couple defenders miss. Getting a good run going. First and 10 on the 50-yard line. MVP faking the run, dropping back. Throwing one cross body on the comeback to Pokey. And Pokey's laid out by Bouse after 8 yards. Down to the 42-yard line. Second and 2, minute 18 left in the first quarter. Toronto still up 7-0. MVP faking left, rolling right. Under pressure, just throws this one away. The guy able to get in and put some pressure on MVP, forcing him to throw that pass away. Safety pressure look here from New Orleans. 3rd and 2 from the 42. Ralstock playing a little bit off Sparks. DJ playing absolute press coverage on Essett. As MVP drops back, but Days on the 4-man. Dropping MVP for a loss of 14. 4th and 16 coming up. But MVP has converted more than a few of these in his lifetime. I don't think he's sweating quite yet about this kind of conversion. 4th and 16 from just inside the left hash. MVP dropping back to his right, staying on the hashes. Stepping up, throwing one deep over Sparks' head, and Sparks got body blocked on the way to it. I don't think he would have even been able to make it if he had the dash. That's a turnover on downs. And Voodoo get it on the 44 as Days starts off the drive running left, getting around to MVP. Alto eventually making the tackle after 2 yards. Short 3-4 letter names. Just getting them confused as Days staying pocket, taking her time here, waiting for something to get open. Has time, but unable to throw this away as Resp drops her on the sideline. 1 yard loss, 3rd and 9 coming up. I mean, that's just years and years of time in the pocket, and not just the pocket, but just in general to find someone downfield, but no one could get open. And Hippie with the insta-cell. This line not able to pick up the 4-man blitz well. 4th and 20 coming up from behind midfield. Gonna get this one out to the, 34? Get this one out to the 34 for a conversion here. Days dropping back. Outside the right hash, throwing one deep for Onyx. Essett sold! Essett sold! Oh, I don't even know if that was a sell or if he just knew he wasn't going to get there, but that was something. First down, Voodoo. Onyx reeling that one in. Days stepping up, looking for a run. Gets it. 9 yards. Down to the 14-yard line, excuse me. Days looking for a run here. Takes it into the left gap for 2 yards, and I just saw Kenny say Onyx has more yards right now than Seb did last night all game, which is sad, I guess, to think about it. Days looking for a run here on first down, gets 2 yards down to the 10, and that will end the first quarter. Roadrunners up 7-0, the only points so far this game. 2nd and 8 from the left hash. Days dropping back, rolling out left. Alto's playing there. Hippie missing the dive. Days taking a run, gets 3 yards. Days with some pocket movement Able to miss a bunch of tackles. Make a bunch of tacklers miss, I should say. 3rd and 5 from the left hash. Day's going to take a run up the middle, diving for the end zone, but is, I think, just a yard short. Got hit anyway by MVP on the 1. And maybe we'll see another run play here. I'll pull up stats in a second. 1st and goal, though. Days finding the end zone. Good run play. Just waiting for a gap to show up and diving into it. Touchdown, New Orleans. And the extra point coming out. And I think they're trying the safety pressure thing. I know Hippie talks about it. I think you're going to see the 2 tackles there pinch. Yep. But the extra point is up and good. Although Resp did get through. That's something I did see Hippie workshopping, was safety pressure field goal block, where the two interior defensive linemen will pinch in towards the nose tackle, and it's pretty effective if you can get it to work. As MVP, with a decent return out to the 31, looked more flashy, but unable to get enough yards for it. MVP taking a run on 1st down. He's got so much space out to the 43-yard line. 12-yard run on 1st down. Nobody in that gap to stop him from doing it. 1st and 10 from the 43. MVP dropping back to his left. Under pressure, stepping up in the pocket. Has time to throw. Finds Pokey. Onyx played that really well. I think if he had a dash, he might have been able to get in front of it, but knowing MVP, that's a head dot right to Pokey. So 1st down for the Toronto Roadrunners from the left hash. MVP rolling to his right, dropping back to the 40, throwing another comeback to Pokey. That's another 1st down. Ugh. At this point, I would say Days should probably be playing underneath Pokey, waiting for that comeback. As MVP rolls to his right, throws a out to Essett, and Essett, I think that might have been high, but my instincts say Essett sold, so I'm gonna go ahead and claim that's the case. 2nd and 10 from the left hash, 31 yards to go for the end zone. I think MVP wants to get the lead here before half, at the very least. Another comeback to Pokey, that's there. 1st down to the 20-yard line, 11 yards. And my goodness, he's just feeding Pokey right now. I think he's had 3 or 4 comebacks, and those are all of his receptions. Maybe a 1-out route. MVP dropping back, looking for something, stepping up. Has room to run if he wants, and he's going to run. Challenging Ral head on, but he cuts it back inside, 12 yards. Scrambles down to the 8-yard line before he's hit by Days. 1st and goal from the 8. Let's see what MVP can do here. I'm expecting maybe a run... play action. Nope, just a straight up run play. Takes it straight up the middle, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Toronto taking a 6-point lead. Maybe going to make it 7 here before half. 2:25 left in the quarter, though, so there's plenty of time for New Orleans to score. The kick is up and good. And the Roadrunners take a 7-point lead. So, 2:25 left before half. Kicking to DJK here. Fields at about the 11. DJ cutting left, looking for blockers. Doesn't have as many as he wants, but he got through there for a minute. If someone put a shield on Rasp, he might have been able to get the sideline and get downfield. Brings it out to the 29, though. That was shaping out to be a decent return, but no one got a shield on Rasp, and that sort of slowed the play down a little bit. As Day's looking for a 1st down run, gets to the outside, 8 yards on the ground there. And these quarterbacks have attempted less than 15 passes all told. So this is a very ground-heavy game. These quarterbacks have attempted less passes than Seb had in yards last game. And Day's rolling to her left, throwing one deep for Ralstock, who has leverage and spot. 44 yards downfield. That's where Ralstock's deadly. You get him in open field and you just throw one up. If he gets a little bit of leverage, he'll make it work. And he did it right there. 44 yards and a first down. New Orleans 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line inside Toronto's red zone. Hayes juking out Hippie, taking a 2-yard run before actually getting hit by Hippie for real. 2nd and 8 from the 17. Days dropping back left, throwing one to Ralstock, and that's caught! Ralstock with a great catch, Days with an even better throw. Finding Ralstock in the end zone. And New Orleans are within a point. And they're going for 2. They want to try it. Oh, no one's on Ralstock! Oh, you got to snap that and throw it out to Ralstock. Sparks wasn't there. Days doing it anyway, but throwing it high. A little bit rushed, I feel like. You got to snap when they're confused like that. Sparks was setting up for a field goal block, but there was no field goal to be seen. MVP taking the kick. Faking right, going left, trying to get to the sideline, cutting it back inside, out to the 29. 23-yard kick return for MVP. Yeah. And nothing all too impressive so far. Hippie with the most sacks this game. He's got 2, but the game has been really West Coast offense so far. And a moon ball to Sparks. Finds him deep over the middle. Not even a moon ball, but put it on the line to him. Finding Sparks for 40. Was that 44 yards? Had to have been. That's just insane, though. He put it right in his hands. MVP dropping back, rolling left. Throwing one over the middle for Essett. Too high. Essett had the back end zone. If MVP put that lower, he would have hit him right in the face. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Right in the middle of the field, too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he stays pocket here, or at least tries to. No, he rolls to his left, looking for something. Bouse gets through, almost hits him, but the guy getting through for a sack. The guy subbing in tonight for Alexander. Making himself known out there. He said, I'm not just a normal sub, I am the guy. 3rd and 17 from the 34-yard line. MVP dropping back, and Bouse with a swat. Vortex got red pancaked by Alto, but I'm pretending I didn't see that. That's a great defensive play by Bouse to swat the ball away. Bringing up 4th and 17 for Toronto. And this could be huge for New Orleans if they stop this. And they need a stop here. Last thing they need is MVP scoring with a minute left in the half. I believe MVP does get ball back in half. And Bouse taking down his former quarterback, MVP, for a sack. Loss of 4 yards and a turnover on downs. The Voodoo take over. The 38-yard line. They've got a little bit of a ways to go. They can score here. Is Alto missing the dive. Days getting to the sideline here. Taking a run, cutting it up inside. Sparks missing. Essett eventually making the tackle. But a 19-yard scramble on 1st down for Days. 52 seconds left and counting. Clock's going to tick down a little bit more. Days still looking for a good play here maybe. We're going to run the clock all the way down to the 43-second mark. 1st and 10. Days rolling around but gets stuck in her own pocket a little bit. Alto hits her in the backfield. Loss of 6 on the play. 2nd and 16 from the 49-yard line. Days letting clock run. Interesting strategy, I guess. 28 seconds left in the half. 1-point game. The Voodoo can absolutely take the lead here if they want to, but they need to put in the effort for it. Days dropping back to her right and gets hit by Hippie. Back at the 34-yard line, loss of 17 yards. And on 2 plays, the Voodoo have lost 33 yards, which is not optimal at all. 17 seconds left in the half. 3rd down, 33 yards to go. And you got to think, just find somebody here. Days under pressure, throwing one for Onyx, and Onyx spots it. Throwing right on the line to him. Essett unable to get there, and Onyx pulls it in. 32 yards, 4th and 1. 10 seconds left in the half. Days dropping back. Behind the 50, throwing one to the end zone for Onyx. Oh, wait. He caught that. Oh, he caught that, but he stepped out of bounds. Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh, damn! He tried to bring it back in, too, but I think he stepped out of bounds before he caught it. And made him ineligible. That's unfortunate. MVP rolling, missing Pokey. On a comeback. 1 second left in the half. Maybe MVP might just run around with this and try and scramble in for a touchdown. 34 yards. Yep, he might do it here. He's waiting for something to get open. Throwing a comeback to Pokey. He's going to trust Pokey with the yak. He's got to get in front of him here, and that's a tackle by Vortex, and we are at halftime. So far, this is a very close game. 1 point separates these two teams. No real standout performers so far. I mean, Days and MVP both have 2 touchdowns. MVP 2 rushing. Days 1 through the air to Ralstock and 1 on the ground. Days opted to go for a 2-point conversion, which could have gave them a 1-point lead, but missed and resulted in them being down by 1 point. And they're going to have to kick to Toronto, which is not what they want in this scenario. But nothing out of the ordinary so far. Hippie does have 3 sacks, so not quite on pace for my prediction of 8 or 9 sacks, but we'll see. As MVP looking for a return here. Squeezes through a bunch of blockers and gets out to the 36-yard line. Fancy footwork and finding the gaps in the blocker shields. All the way out to the 36, excuse me. As MVP looking for a first down run. Gets stuck up a little bit on the line by his own tackle there. Only gets 4 yards. I think if he didn't hesitate and just curved into the gap, he would have gotten maybe 6 or 7. But 4 yards is still positive yards, and MVP might not be complaining about that as he drops back. Throwing one short left side on a line leak for Rest, but puts it over his head. I don't know if that was MVP's fault or Rest's fault for not getting out there fast enough, but maybe a little bit of both. 3rd and 6 for the Roadrunners. And the sack here for New Orleans would be huge as Days playing the short in. MVP under pressure. Essett catches it, but he's out of bounds. Oh, the momentum carried him out of bounds. Oh, no. 4th and 6 for MVP. He might stop targeting Essett after that. I don't know. 4th and 6 from just inside the right hash. MVP rolling to his left. Dropping back in the swat. Was that... I think that was the guy. The guy getting in his face and swatting it. That's a turnover on downs. New Orleans with a huge defensive stop. Getting the ball back. Days looking for a first down run and is rocked by Hippie. Or not Hippie, excuse me. Alto. Alto able to get off his block and lay out Days in the backfield. 2nd sack of the game for Alto. 2nd and 11. Days dropping back under a little bit of pressure, and Alto getting his 3rd sack, 2 in a row. 7-yard loss for the Voodoo. That's the thing with the Voodoo. Like, they'll have these strong drives where they can chain together play after play after play, and then they have drives like this where they just sort of stall out after a couple plays or don't even get a play off. As Days under pressure immediately, but Rasp missing the dive in the backfield. Days just has to take a 6-yard run there. The struggle continues for Days as she has not been getting a lot of time in the backfield at all this entire game. It's been kind of forced to run a lot. 4th and 12 from the left hash. 2 receivers right. Days dropping back weak side. Rolling back. Alto missing. Throwing one for DJK, but it's over and it hits Ralstock. Great pass to find Ralstock, I guess. I think that was intended for DJK. A little bit high, but Ralstock made it to spot eventually. And that's a first down to the 18-yard line. And New Orleans inside the red zone. Days is going to take a run here. Looking for something. Just dashes right into Essett. I think she tried to juke out Essett by going outside and having him cut too far inside, but just sort of stumbled into him. 7-yard rush, though. 2nd and 3 upcoming from the right hash. Days looking for another run play here. And unable to get much as she's forced backwards and loses 2 yards. Hippie with sack number 4, I believe. Yep, number 4 for Hippie. 3rd and 5 from the 13-yard line. Days rolling right, throwing one cross body to Ralstock. A little bit too high, but trying to dot him up in the corner. Might have been a little bit of a flick there by Days, but 4th and 5. Just try and get the first here, if anything. End zone is not the highest priority. You'll have a couple more shots if you get this first. Days staying pocket. So I'm going over the middle. What in the world? Okay, that works. That absolutely works. I'm not going to knock the effort. Touchdown, Voodoo. And they take a 5-point lead. I thought that was intended for DJK, just for him to catch it and get some yak, but Days head dots Onyx in the end zone, trying to throw a sandwich of sorts, and finds DJK in the front. 2-point conversion is good, and it's a 7-point lead for the Voodoo. So just like that, the Voodoo are out in front with one possession. Oh, and Days pausing real quick. Oh, did DJ just connect? Oh, DJ needs a minute. DJ's excited about catching that pass. He needs a little bit of a minute to cool down. I would show stats, but I can't because the game's paused. I can't show stats, Maddie. Shut up. Maddie just in chat yelling stats, and I can't show stats because the game's paused. Kenny, I should time you out for saying this is your chat. I should time you out for an hour. Sparks said be right back too, so we got Sparks and DJ. Sparks and DJ not here at the moment, but it's been a good game so far, and I realize I can move this a little bit lower, so I'm gonna do that. There we go. See, that looks nice. Where's the music? Do I have the music for it? I don't know. Let's play it quietly in the background. That's not quiet at all. Oh, what have I started? Mouse ban shield. I saw somebody say ban shield in the game chat earlier, and I didn't take a look to see who it might have been, because I assumed it was just a wide receiver, and that usually doesn't matter at all because they're wide receivers and they never block. But if it's a lineman, I don't know. Also, after this game, Cincinnati Grit and San Diego Samurai are going to go at it over on More Gooder's channel. That will be at 10 o'clock Eastern. So I will host that after this. First I have to... I'm just in shock that, like, I don't know what happened. I really don't. Or what caused the AFK here. Alright, looks like both teams are ready, so I will pause the music. There we go. Kickoff is... Kick is off. And MVP taking this return for about 26 yards out to the 33. I'm getting all my numbers backwards today. Jesus. Alright, 1st and 10 for the Roadrunners. MVP looking to take a run. Gets 3 yards before getting hit by Days. Out to the 36-yard line. I'll look at Baus next drive and I'll see, because I didn't see the shield, but if it's there and people are saying it is, I'll look. Meanwhile, comeback left side to Pokey is there. 14 yards all said and done. And now we'll show stats. Ralstock with 100. on 4 catches. Onyx with 88 yards on 4 catches, which is not something I was expecting, but it's a very cool sight to see. Is MVP taking a run. I saw somebody get red pancaked. 13 yards on the run for MVP. Did Vortex get red pancaked again? My God, stay away from that man, Alto. Alto's a menace down there on line. MVP rolling to his left, but the guy gets through! The guy with another sack. Oh boy, the guy has 3. Alright. 3 sacks on Rasp. Not an easy thing to do. 2nd and 19 coming up. MVP rolling to his right, dropping back. Stepping up, throwing a comeback to Pokey, who stays in bounds. Making everybody miss their dives, and Pokey getting down and dirty all the way to the 23-yard line. 23-yard catch and run for Pokey. My goodness, someone's got to tackle that, man. MVP looking for a first down run. Gets to the outside. Gets to the sideline, making everybody miss. He's able to cut it back inside. 14 yards in total, down to the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal for Toronto. MVP looking to run it again. Hit by the guy after 2 yards, down to the 7. 2nd and goal. Minute 7 left in the 3rd quarter. MVP left hash, 2 receivers right. Snaps the ball, rolls up the middle. Takes another run, 3 yards. But he's 4 yards short of the end zone. 3rd and goal. 4 yards to go. Days in the box. Looking for another run here maybe, and it is a run, but MVP bounces it outside and just takes it in behind his lineman, Rasp. Rasp almost body blocked him from getting in the end zone, but Rasp was far enough ahead where MVP could just dive in and take it. And Roadrunners are going to take the extra point here. So I will update the score real quick while that is happening. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-21. Alright. Kick is away. Over to DJK yet again. DJK getting a lot of return yards this game. Trying to cut it out left side, then back right. Looking for some room. He gets off all the blocks. Oh my God. DJK is slippery. Out to the 28-yard line on a 17-yard return. My goodness. Locked up player of the game right now is Esset. I saw someone saying in chat is Days drops back and tries to step up, but Alto is there. I see Happy, because that's Happy Queen Days, but I keep thinking it's Hippie, and it's really throwing me off. Days dropping back behind the 15-yard line, throwing a comeback for Ralstock. Sparks able to wrangle him down. 8 yards all told. Out to the 35, 3rd and 3, 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. There are a lot of threes in that sentence. Days stepping to the right. Has some room. DJK puts a shield down, and Days can run, and she does. Gets out to the 41. Great play by DJK to stay short, come back, and help with the blocks. Setting up a first down run for Days. So good heads-up play by DJK there. Days taking a step up, running up the middle, getting 3 yards on the play. Second and 7, 10 seconds left. Days dropping back, throwing a comeback to Onyx, and it's there. Oh, and Esset needs a map. That was definitely a dive. I'll say that much. It was not an accurate dive, but it was a dive. And that will end the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Voodoo from the 44-yard line inside Riverrunners territory. 4 minutes of football left, and we got a tie game on our hands. Days dropping back, but getting hit by Rasp, unable to dodge him all the way. Sent all the way back to the 41-yard line. 17-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 27 coming up. Days dropping back. Has a lot of room to step up, and she's just going to run here. Cuts it inside, avoiding Alto, and just steps out of bounds. Trying to save the body. Not take any of those big hits. 3rd and 11 coming up. It's unfortunate too, because Days rolling to her right, dropping back under pressure. Alto's there. Another sack for this Roadrunners line. That's what, number 11. Oof, 11 sacks for the Roadrunners and 4 men deep. Gotta do something here. DJK might chip, but no, he's not. Days dropping back, looking for something. Throwing one for Rowstock, just trying to see if he's there. Sparks picks it off. Looking to make something happen on the return, but Baus is there. All the way out to the 37. Yeah, Esset, I mean, this game, Esset's been targeted multiple times, but I don't know if it's miscommunications, the ball just goes high, or something like that. As Vortex dropping MVP back at the 35. That's a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 coming up. Esset's been targeted a bunch this game, but he's missed a fair share of passes that have either sailed over his head or he's just been in bad positioning for it. MVP rolling to his left. Throwing one to Esset. There's the catch and a first down for Esset. And Esset has more yards than Seb. He's done it. He's broken the curse. There it is. Took him 4 quarters to get them yards, but he's doing it. 1st and 10 for the Roadrunners. MVP rolling to his left. Trying to find some room to step up. Almost gets hit by, I think that was Vortex, but finds Esset opposite field. And my goodness, they played so lax on Esset all game, and now he's finally making him pay for it. It was a decoy the whole time. Lower your expectations, and all of a sudden he just goes off. MVP trying for a run up the middle, but Baus just stands still. That's a sack for Baus. Number 2 for Baus. The guy leading the Voodoo in sacks right now, which is something I did not expect myself to be saying. MVP dropping back to his left. Under a little bit of pressure, but he's got room to step up, and he's going to take a run. Days missing the dive completely. MVP taking it to the outside edge. Dives are being missed left and right. That is a touchdown for the Roadrunners, and I can hear Days saying it now. Stay on your feet. She harped about it all the time back on Aztecs. That was a huge point of contention for her, and she's probably having to deal with that same issue now as everyone missing dives left and right, center and back. No one's able to get there. It's the guy, speaking of getting there, almost blocks the kick. My goodness. The guy almost blocking the extra point, but 7-point game, 2:35 left in the 4th quarter. DJK jumping around, trying to make something happen, just gets it out to the 30. 20-yard return. Staying pretty much average. First and 10 for Days. Dropping back to the 20, looking for something. Under pressure, hit by Alto. She tried to throw it away, but Alto hit her right as she threw it. 13-yard sack. Alto getting another one. That's 6 for Alto. On Vortex as well. I think that might just be some bad rolls. As Rasp trying to dive and hit Days, but can't. Days has a lot of room to run, and she's going to run. The moves are on, but Sparks lays her out after 15. 3rd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Days line up in the left hash, rolling right. Throwing a short one to DJK, but it's high. DJK played it a little bit short. That was almost picked off as well, but I believe that was Sparks. Pokey. Pokey almost picked that one off. Minute 58 left. Days jumping back. 4th and 8. Throwing one. Comeback for Onyx. That's there. Pokey missing the dive. We've got to make Esset miss. Gets past the 50. Esset does tackle Broly, a.k.a. Onyx. 21 yards on the play for the Voodoo. 1st down. Keep the chains moving. 1st and 10. Days dropping back. Under pressure. Resp getting around his man into the backfield. That's a 14-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 24 coming up. Alto, stop typing in GFA General. Play the goddamn game. Days dropping back. Under pressure. Hippie, or not Hippie, sorry. Days stepping up, taking an 11-yard run. My God. Because all I see is Happy, and I'm like, oh, Hippie. I get those two things So confused because I am stupid and absolutely idiotic. 3rd and 13 coming up. Days has a little bit of time. Throwing one deep for Onyx. Is he there? It is there. Onyx getting open downfield. 36-yard pass from Days to Onyx. Great play. That's a first down for the Voodoo. Tell that Roadrunners were trying to avoid something like that happening at all costs, but the deep ball was there to someone that people might not have expected, and it was Onyx. They've got Roustock kind of clamped up a little bit, but Days taking a 1-yard run. 2nd and 9 from the 13-yard line here. 50 seconds left. Days letting the clock run a little bit. Might not be the smartest thing to do. You got all 3 of your timeouts, but the clock management here is going to be ideal. Not ideal, but it's going to be everything. How well can Days manage this clock here? Dropping back, stepping up, looking for a run. Alto missing, Rest missing. Days has a pass to the end zone and dives in! Pokey just a little bit behind. And Days diving into the end zone. That's 6. And the Voodoo going for an extra point here. And I don't want to say anything. Because, oh my god. That's why I don't say anything, because I almost jinx stuff like that. As MVP gets through. Woo. MVP got through, almost blocked the kick, but he dove past the ball instead of at it. Tie game at 28. As Pokey's hit at the 28 by Vortex. Former teammates now playing against each other in week 1. And I think Pokey is the only... No, Pokey, Rasp, 2 guys on that team that MVP has played with in the past, as he takes it out left side for 8 yards on the first down run. 25 seconds left. I mean, if the Voodoo can keep him behind the 50-yard line, at least you have a shot at taking this to overtime. If not, forcing a turnover. As MVP drops back to his right, throws a comeback left side to Pokey. Days is there immediately to make the stop. But MVP calling a timeout as soon as Pokey gets hit. 20 seconds left after the 5-yard comeback. It's a first down. Toronto has 1 timeout left. 1st and 10 from the left hash. MVP rolling to his right. Has time. Throws another comeback. Oh, Days almost got there to read it, but it was a perfect throw to Pokey. 10 yards and a first down. Play was called immediately. I was so confused why the clock stopped, but he called the play so fast that the clock didn't even run. MVP dropping back to his right. Under pressure, and Vortex with a swat! MVP was probably aiming to throw that one to Pokey or Sparks, but the swat from Vortex, and it's 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. 5 seconds to go. 4 seconds. MVP looking for a run. 3 seconds. Timeout's called. They're within 50 range. And you got to think MVP might be trying to unload something deep here. No timeouts left. No time for dink and dunk plays. As MVP dropping back. Throwing one deep for Pokey. Oh, Onyx body blocked him just enough, and Pokey was unable to get to it. I think that would have been a backline dot. But Onyx, I think, bodied Pokey just enough to where he had to slide around him and dive. But he was a couple yards short, and we have overtime. Yep, that's the problem. I was going to say, Sparks, you got to back up to the 19. Because that's going to happen. People seem to, not know this. Like, you can just stand a yard behind where they're going to go and just hit them. But I feel like we're 3 years into the game's life cycle or something like that. People got to know that at some point. Days taking a run here on first down. 10 yards out to the 11. First and 10 yet again. So, not much change. Vortex put on his Gold Factory skin. His Days looking for another first down run. Cuts it right then back left, but Sparks comes out of nowhere and hits her. That's a 4-yard rush. Days looking for another run, and it's there. My goodness, 3 runs in a row for Days. Absolutely zero care in the world for her pass game right now. just trying to get in the end zone. 2-point conversion attempt is coming up. Let me change the score real quick. Pass thrown right side, but it's picked off by Resp, who just sort of sat in front of it. Tackled by Baus. And that could be a difference maker. Day's missing the 2-point conversion. Pokey going to take this one to the 20-yard line, and we're going to start the drive here. Yep, just walk into... Okay. Well, I guess we're both starting from the 21-yard line, because the rules are nothing. People, like, please, man, it's not that hard. Somebody stands on the 19, you walk into him. It's not that hard to set this up properly. Timeout for the Roadrunners as they set themselves up. Oh my goodness gracious. Just chaos. 1st and 10 for MVP to start his overtime drive. MVP dropping back, rolling to his left. Throwing one to the corner. That's a little bit high. Trying to find Pokey in the corner, but DJK played it, and MVP just throws it out and away. It's his guy or no guy. I just see Doug say equal rights in chat. I don't know what that is about. Alright. MVP faking left, trying to center himself in the pocket. Throwing one for Pokey again, but it's high. He's trying to hit him in the corner, but it hasn't worked 2 times in a row now. Might want to switch it up a little bit, but only MVP, he might try it a 3rd time. 3rd and 10. MVP dropping back to his right. He's going to throw one over the middle for Sparks. And it's caught by Essett. That was a pass for Essett, I guess. Thrown over the middle right to him. Touchdown for the Roadrunners. Park it. 2-point conversion here. There might be a sandwich here. Throw out left, and it's picked off by DJK. No 2-point conversion for the Roadrunners. And we're moving back to the 40. So drives will now start at the 40-yard line as opposed to the 20. And we got ourselves a little bit of a game here. Pokey, don't fucking... Jesus Christ. Pokey actually almost tackled him. There we go. Yeah, we got it perfect this time. This dude Pokey just runs downfield full steam, almost takes his head off, man. Alright, 1st and 10 from the 40, right in the middle of the field. We got perfect lineup here. Days dropping back. Gets hit by Hippie. Backed up to the 49, loss of 9 on the play. 2nd and 19 coming up. Days rolling all the way out to the left, throwing one deep for Railstock. And it's picked off by Sparks! Railstock overslid it! And Sparks is able to pull it in! What a time for that to happen. And of all the people for it to happen too, it's Railstock. The 1st round pick for the New Orleans Voodoo. There we go. MVP getting it set up at the 40. 1st and 10. And all MVP has to do here is put this in the end zone and they walk away the winners. MVP looking for a run. Gets hit after 1 yard. Maybe he's just setting something up on that right hash. I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably got some game planned here. He's going to like drop back to the 50, just throw it to the left corner. MVP dropping back to the 45, looking for something, throwing one deep for Pokey. Picked off by DJK. And I think that means we're moving it back to 60. So yeah, 60 yards back. Starting from their own 40-yard line. Man. So, triple overtime. I'm not sure what Days is doing. Oh, she's typing. Days just trying to figure out where to go. Essett almost hit her too soon, but Days got right to where she needed to be for that. Starting 60 yards back. Yeah, because it goes 20, 40, 60, and then it's just going to keep going from 60 yards until somebody can close out a game. And Day's taking a first down run for 22 yards. Oh my god. Down to the 38-yard line. This is how it's always been, Sean. It's always been like that. You start from the 20, then you move back to the 40, then you move back to the other team's 40-yard line. We just so rarely get to see it from the 60 yards back, as Hippie gets a sack on Days, looking to maybe make a run there, but unable to get past the line of scrimmage. Hippie dropping. That's 2 sacks in the overtime period for Hippie, I believe. Yes, 2 sacks for Hippie in the overtime period. 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. Days staying pocket, gets run over by Rest back at the 45. 7-yard loss on the play. 3rd and 17. Days rolling right, looking for something, throwing one deep for Onyx. Is it there? Oh my god, Onyx! Days putting all the trust in the world in Onyx, and it pays off. But the game is not over yet. Voodoo still has to stop the Roadrunners on defense. But if they can, this... Oh, and the guy is lagging his absolute soul away. Dave's looking for something, just frantically looking for something, and finds DJK in between Essett and Sparks. Threading the needle. 2-point conversion is good. DJK. It's not game, though. Stop. People in chat, I see Vortex saying GG's. Voodoo still have to make a stop, because if they can't make a stop, okay. The guy left because he lagged out. I saw it happen. He lagged out. It was unfortunate, but we're getting to it. And if this crashes the game, rage. They don't need to restart. He can just rejoin. But yay, the guy is back. MVP is going to take it to the 40. Yep, just, there you go. Perfect. All right. 1st and 10 for the Roadrunners, trying to tie this game and send it into the 4th overtime period. Triple overtime win here would be something else. As MVP rolls to his left, looking for something. Oh my god, Days almost picked that off. I thought Days was going to pick that off. Jesus. Quick comeback to Pokey, left side, 8 yards. 2nd and 2 coming up. MVP looking for maybe a run here. Yep, gets the first down, dives. 3 yards, out to the 49-yard line. Jesus. I still, that was probably the most dangerous throw I've seen this entire game. That or Days' 2-point conversion just now. MVP looking for a run. Days gets bashed right out of the tackle alley, and MVP takes a 21-yard rush all the way down to the 28-yard line. So MVP is covering a lot of ground in not a lot of time. MVP looking for another run, taking it out left side. Vortex missing the dive. Days missing the dive. Onyx eventually hitting him, but 10 yards on the run. MVP just scrambling like a madman. MVP gonna maybe run it again. Nope, fakes it. Looking for something. People just diving everywhere, but he throws it out of bounds because Essett, I think, was wide open, unless Roustock just came down after that ball got thrown away. It really did look like Essett was wide open in the corner, but might have just been misleading. MVP rolling out right, hit by Bouse in the backfield. 3rd and 19 coming up. And this is the point where it's make or break for the Roadrunners, because they got essentially 2 tries to make it for the first or the end zone. Throw to the end zone for Essett is there. DJK did not play that well enough, and Essett catches it. But here's the thing. Roadrunners have to score this 2-point conversion. Because if they miss this, it's game over. And the Voodoo walk away winners. So let's see what MVP has drawn up here. From the 5, MVP dropping back to his right. Throwing one over the middle. It's picked off by Days! Days winning the game for the Voodoo! And that's game over. MVP leaving before the kick. And that's GG's. The Voodoo take this game in triple overtime. Days called game in the end zone, reading it perfectly on that 2-point conversion, and that is game. There it is, the official final. And the New Orleans Voodoo remain undefeated. The Toronto Roadrunners fall to 2-1, but I think they'll take this in stride. It's just week 1. I will expect them to come back a lot stronger in week 2. It's a good team, so I don't expect them to fall far after that kind of a loss. Triple overtime is ridiculous, and I will try and get interviews. Let me try and round some interviews up real quick. Let's see. Let's see if they'll even let me in here. I don't know if they will. Bum, 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 bum. Well, I'll interview people that are in here. I'm not sure who all is in the call, but I'm assuming Onyx is going to be in there, so I will pester him. Just waiting to get dragged up into the call.
That was
there
great.
There we go. Good job, all of y'all. That was a fun game to watch.
Pass.
I got it. I got. Look, watch out. Watch out.
Oh, that was a crazy ass game.
Nah, you gotta add Brad to me. Be like, yo, how's that L?
Yeah, MVP wanted to bet me $1,000.
He said you're a bitch.
Go suck
He said
a
you're a
dick.
bitch, bro. He said you're a bitch.
I don't need your money.
$1,000.
He said
Yeah,
you're a
that's
bitch.
what he
Man,
told
what are
me.
your thoughts on that game? Let's hear.
My thoughts on the game?
Yeah, let's hear.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It was a very good game. My God, triple overtime. That's probably
Was nuts.
That's probably one of the best played games of Gridiron I've seen in a while. Honestly, like
Yeah, both teams played out of their mind, in my opinion.
it feels.
I mean,
like,
honestly, it was all receivers because like we did our best, but like it was pretty hard.
yeah.
I feel like you still
Whoa.
got pressure on
It was-
throws.
The D-line,
Well, no,
we did,
it
we
was-
did 100%.
Because he's just good at throwing it out, but like there were on that last drive, you made him throw it out 2 times minimum.
Yeah, I mean the line, even with Alexander being gone,
Hey.
which I know is a huge cornerstone for
Yeah.
that line.
We got the guy filling
gotta
in
do
What are you
it.
trying
though.
to say? What are you
Don't
trying to say?
sleep
No,
on the
what are you
guy.
trying to
I'm
say?
not saying
Don't
anything.
sleep on the guy.
Look, my ball cam was broken. It literally wasn't locking onto the ball. I don't know what to do.
God.
It
No
literally
way.
wasn't locking on.
No way you
I
were
s-
playing in ball cam the whole time.
I swear to God, I couldn't fucking
No
use ball cam. That shit
way.
wasn't locking on.
Tell
No, I wasn't. Because it wasn't
You're
locking on.
playing on ball cam?
Bro, no.
Oh my God.
Does Broly have contention for the steal of the draft? Is that the question?
He is the steal of the draft.
He might be the steal of the draft after that.
I don't
The
know.
front runner.
It will be a steal if he does this for the rest of the season.
He is gonna do
Brawley
it
does it
the rest of
whenever
the
we
season.
need Brawley to do it. That's what he's done since he joined this team.
That
Honestly,
boy.
Broly came out of
I
the gutter.
think this might settle the debate on who is better, Onyx or Cole.
Oh, it's not even-
Oh, he said it was
No,
Broly.
no,
He's the Onyx.
No.
Blows my mind.
Wait, did we beat Vibe already? No, yet, right?
You were
No, not yet.
trash.
Okay,
long
once we
time
beat
ago,
Vibe
Brawley.
in the game, then yeah.
Well, no,
But-
Cole's on Raptors.
Yeah.
Raptors.
Yeah,
Right,
he's on
Raptors,
Mag's team.
Magicians team.
He's on
Oh.
Elmas.
We did beat them.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, you're
Who's
better.
next? Who's our next matchup?
Probably
I
5.
would have to
5?
look at the schedule.
I gotta schedule the games for next week. There's a chance DJ has to start, depending on when things are.
I was gonna say who all were
Because
the
I can only play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. After that, I can't.
So just try to get the games down. Just try to get the games
Well,
down
one of
because
them, like the game you asked for, because you can't play
Not to go.
Wednesdays, they can't play Monday, Tuesday.
I was gonna say who.
What about Thursday?
Who all were the
Oh, no,
subs
but
I
you're
for
not
can't
this
gonna be
play
here.
game?
Thursday.
It was
I can only play
Broly
Monday,
and the
Tuesday,
guy.
Wednesday.
That was
But
the
I mean,
two subs we
honestly,
had.
I think
Subs?
GJ
Okay.
can win a game.
No,
Like, I'm
Milkman,
not
they
worried
had
about
all their
it.
starters, right? Those other starters?
Oh yeah,
Great
they had
game,
all their
everybody.
starters.
We had 2 subs in and we still beat them. I want you to let them know.
We are deep.
Them with
We can put anyone in, and I'm confident.
without our
Yeah,
Confident.
yeah. Hippie might stop. Vortex, stop saying that.
Sorry.
Hippie was laying the smoke on me, but that's also because
You put like 5
Well,
on Resp.
We also warmed you up at center. That's
Yeah, we
why
did.
that's why halfway through the game I was like, I feel like we should make a change
Also,
because you warmed up at a different
That's-
spot, and so did Bose.
that's also what Turtle was saying last night because Baus is a center, is what most people
He's
know.
played
Baus as
tackle
being a
for
center.
us all season, though.
He has played tackle for you all season, but most people are used to Baus playing center, and that's what threw a lot of people off, especially like seeing him at tackle and having the guy at center to start the game. Really like made me question a lot of what was going to happen that game. But the switch worked. Him,
Yeah,
him
we
going out to tackle
tried
there.
it out. It worked in our warm up, so we put it out there, and then we
Yeah.
needed to switch it up a little.
well, there's a difference though. I was on Spork. That's not a threat. Hippie's a threat.
Spork's pretty
Damn.
decent.
Hey,
I'm
yo.
gonna be honest.
Spork.
I think Spork's
Don't-
pretty decent.
That's some shade, man. Sport.
I no shade. But every start I bashed her off the start. With Hippie, he was different. He would like go weak side and then get an insta sack somehow. I don't know how.
Bro.
Aw, I'm so fucking glad. I wanted to shut them up so bad. I don't even need to say anything in general.
Well, it's crazy.
I know
because
they're already gonna eat shit for it. And that's all I
I
needed.
know that Tuesday, the
Mhm.
Dragons are doing a doubleheader game against, I believe, the X Factors and the Typhoons. And
Oh.
tomorrow night, they're playing against the Roadrunners.
Who?
Dragons.
Oh,
Who are
okay.
the- who are the
that's,
Dragons?
That's
Matt's team.
Matt's team, so it's Matt, Dootme.
So I think that's the other good team in the league, in my opinion.
So it's Matt,
I think
Dootme,
it's
Sean, Tyrone,
Them,
Juice.
Matt, and I think Luke's team is also a threat. Those would be the teams that, if I was like, what team could you lose to? One of those teams. But it's already clear we're not gonna lose all season, apparently. Milk, we still don't have a scrim loss either. We are
I can't wait
undefeated.
for-
I think, because I'm on the Dragons, I don't think the Dragons have lost a scrim. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I don't think they've lost a scrim.
I know the other week, or like 3 days ago, dude told me that, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's true.
Yeah.
I just want to see Broly go against his little brother Death. You know, you can see how that goes.
Little brother. Oh boy.
Wait, who are the ignition?
Probably you put it on
Ignition,
Pokey's head.
that's
I'm not even gonna lie.
Ignition is Mag's team. No, that's Trizzy's
No,
team.
Trizzy.
That's Trizzy's team.
So this week is Trizzy, Dingo, and Vibe. Is that the babysitters?
Yeah, the miners.
Oh, that's the miners. Okay, that's Luke.
The Detroit daycare.
Yeah,
Detroit daycare?
I can't remember his actual team name because I don't think anyone
It's
calls
the
him by his
Vibe.
actual team name. Yeah, I sound like the Vibe. What the hell is that team?
Hellcard.
Oh wait, you don't have to face every team.
I think so.
Because the way it is, there's 10
No, I'm pretty
teams.
sure-
And there's 10 teams and there's 3
Oh
weeks.
yeah,
So you play
you play
3 games
9
a
other
week
teams.
against 9 other teams.
In my brain, I thought, but we don't face the 10th team. We are the 10th team.
Yeah, that was probably what was throwing your math off, man.
Nah, we can face ourselves, and we win.
Yeah, I mean,
We-
we'll have to see. We will have to see for sure. I think I'm gonna wrap up my stream here. other game on right now is the Vibe and the Samurai, or not the Vibe and the Samurai. I'm sorry, the Grit and the Samurai. And there's a wager on the line for that game. I don't know if you guys know about this. There's a wager on the
made it?
line between Vasquez and Anki. The
Ooh.
loser of the game, so a losing team, Anki on Samurai, Vasquez on Grit. The losing team's player, so either Anki or Vasquez, has to eat a meat mountain and take a shoey.
Oh,
Oh
A meat
no.
mountain.
Let's
I was about to
And
ask.
take a what?
A shoey. They have
Shoey.
to drink a beer out of a shoe.
Ah, okay.
Is this gonna
okay.
be on like is this gonna be streamed?
Yeah,
it's
is it
on
a
now.
stream
It's
thing?
on now.
No.
Yeah, but are they
Oh,
gonna
the
show?
punishment probably.
Yeah, I need to see the punishment proof.
I'm assuming it will because it will
No.
be at Comic
Yo,
Con.
thanks for
so-
streaming our game, Milk.
Yeah, no
Much
problem.
appreciated.
Milk.
Thank you, Mel.
No problem.
Oh my God.
I thought your game was gonna be at 10 o'clock, so I wasn't ready. But we made it here eventually, so I appreciate y'all coming
That's
out.
all that matters.
All right. See y'all later. And for me, that'll be the end of the stream. I appreciate everyone coming out, and I'm gonna host Morgan Gooder real quick. Thank you so much for coming out, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow or the day after. There's a couple games coming up down the line this week, so I will see you then, and have a great night. Peace out.